The FDA does not approve most of the ingredients in your food. It doesn't test them. In a lot of cases, it doesn't even know they exist. That's the system working exactly the way it was written. It's called GRAS, generally recognized as safe. And this is how it actually works. In 1958, Congress passed a law saying any new ingredient added to food had to be reviewed by the FDA before it hit shelves. Reasonable. But they carved out an exception. If an ingredient was already obviously safe, like salt, vinegar, you didn't need to run it through review. Everyone already recognized it as safe. That was the point. GRAS was meant for the things in your grandmother's pantry. Then the food industry read the fine print. The law never said who gets to decide an ingredient is generally recognized as safe. So companies started deciding for themselves. Here's the process as it exists right now. A company wants to put a new chemical in your food. It hires a panel of experts to review the safety data. If the panel says it's safe, the ingredient is GRAS. It goes into the food supply. No FDA approval, no FDA testing. In many cases, no FDA notification at all. The company hires the panel. The company pays the panel. The panel that declares the ingredient safe works for the people selling the ingredient. And then the company gets to keep that decision to itself. The FDA runs a voluntary notification program. Companies can submit their determination if they feel like it. About 75 do that a year, but it's voluntary. If a company self-affirms an ingredient and never files anything, there's no public record it happened, no list, no database. The FDA can't review what it was never told about. Here's what that looks like in practice. In 2022, a company called Daily Harvest sold a frozen product called French lentil and leek crumbles. In it was a newer ingredient, terraflower, a protein made from the seed of a South American tree. It went into the food under GRAS, no FDA review. The company decided it was safe, and it wasn't. Nearly 400 people got sick. More than 100 were hospitalized across dozens of states. Some developed liver damage. More than 40 of them had their gallbladders removed. Daily Harvest had sold about 28,000 units. That is the injury rate on a product almost nobody had heard of. The company pulled it within weeks and named terraflower as the cause by July. The FDA finished its own review in May 2024, almost 2 years later, and concluded there had never been enough evidence that terraflower was safe to eat in the first place. Canada had already banned it 8 months earlier. The ingredient sat in the food supply the entire time on a safety decision the company made about itself that no regulator ever checked. And terraflower is one they caught. Independent researchers have estimated that around 1,000 chemicals have entered the American food supply this way, through ingredients the FDA has never seen the data for, and in some cases doesn't know are in your food at all. The FDA admits this. In its own 2016 rule, the agency wrote that it lacks the legal authority to force companies to report their GRAS decisions. It can encourage, it can't compel. Terraflower got recalled. The pathway that let it in there is still exactly where it was. The label says the ingredient is safe. It doesn't say who decided that. It was probably the company selling it to you.